morning. Today I'm going to be talking about nursery rhymes, looking at the benefits of singing nursery rhymes and some different activities that you could have a go at that are based on different nursery rhymes as well. If you've got any questions, as always, please feel free to use the chat section and we'll get back to you. Any of the resources that I show will also be added into the comment section as well. So nursery rhymes are beneficial for a range of different areas of learning for children, from introducing them to new words and vocabulary, to different concepts such as early maths, science and emotions, and many more concepts as well. They also allow children to hear rhymes and understand different storytelling things as well. It's been proven that children who engage in nursery rhymes in the early years generally go on to become better readers as they get older as well. So the benefits are both in the short term and the long term as well. They also encourage children to engage in social interactions, whether that's with you as parents or with their peers at school or nursery. Physical development is also supported as children undertake different actions such as this and that, which will support fine motor skills, but also gross motor skills, so big actions such as stomping and marching are also supported. So you might feel like you're singing the same nursery rhymes over and over again. So this resource on the Twinkle website, is a great way to see a range of different nursery rhymes that will add in a little bit of variety. So this pack's got lots of different nursery rhymes, from I'm a little teapot, head, shoulders, knees and toes. So you could print these out and get your child to choose 2 or 3 every day, or you could simply show them on your phone or on your tablet and pick them that way as well. It's just a great way to ensure there's lots of different variety, so your child's getting a range of different actions and different storytelling and rhymes as well. So I'm going to talk about some different nursery rhymes and activities that you could do today. So the first one I'm going to start with is, of course, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. So this is an excellent nursery rhyme that will introduce your child to kind of space. So if your child's a little bit older, you might want to take that learning a little bit further and learn about space. You could watch some videos, read some stories, or even go outside at night and look at the stars to try and make it a little bit more real for them as well. You could also have a go at making a little tuff tray like this one. This is an excellent busy tray because it's made from tin foil. It's got some stars, some space rocks and a little rocket as well that your child could help you to make. For babies, you could simply allow them to explore with the different materials. They'll really enjoy the sound that the tin foil makes and the different feelings and sensations as well, which will help to support their development. For older children, you could get them to add in some different characters or maybe some aliens to encourage them to add their own storylines as well. You could simply sing the nursery rhyme for your baby or your child, or get them to have a go at singing it as well. You could also make this into a little bit more of a science experiment by adding in some bicarbonate of soda. So in that little pot, I have got some white vinegar. I've poured and mixed in a tiny little bit of paint to make it red. And I'm just using a pipette from an old moisturiser bottle. If you haven't got a pipette, that's not a problem. You could just get your child to pour it on, or even use a paintbrush, all that will support their physical development. It's just a great way to tap into their natural curiosity. You could get them to guess what they think might happen, and maybe even they could have a go at observing and testing out colour mixing if you've got a range of different pots with different colours in it as well. The next nursery rhyme I'm going to talk about is 5 currant buns. 5 currant buns is a great way to introduce your child to numbers, but also the concept of money as well. So you could make it a little bit more active through using props. So I'm going to show you a resource now, which is full of 5 currant bun props. Just scroll up. So it's also got the lyrics in here. And here you could print these currant buns out and the pennies and use them as a prop as you sing to make it a little bit more active in real life, like they're in a shop. Or you could use make-believe toys, so you might pretend to have the currant buns and the pennies. Or you could use things such as sponges or building blocks. It's a great way to encourage your child's imagination, as they will really kind of take on the imaginative role that those objects are currant buns and pennies. This resource is also good for children that are a little bit older to support their maths as well. You could use this on a tablet and get your child to trace over the numbers and the shapes. And for children who are kind of 4 and 5, there's a lovely cutout here that you could use with a 5s frame. So you could get your child to put them all on at the start, and as you sing, they can take them away. And it's just a great visual way to kind of see subtraction and to make it real life. When your child is in reception, they'll also be starting to learn adding. So you could use this sheet at the bottom as well to support addition up to 5. The next nursery rhyme I'm going to talk about is Five Little Ducks. Five Little Ducks is a great nursery rhyme that will get your child to again engage in maths. You could simply get them to use their fingers and put them down as they sing the song, or you could make your own little ducks. This is an example of something you could use, so you could provide them with yellow paint and felt tips and see if they can make some little ducks. You might encourage them to do it this way, or you could just allow them to let their imagination and creativity run wild as they come up with their own ideas on how to make them. Again, they could use these props whilst you sing as well. Why not also get your child to practice the song and then go out in your local area and they could sing the song to the ducks that you find. This next one is based on Old MacDonald Had a Farm. I didn't have any actual physical animals, so I just printed them out and put them onto cards to make them a little bit more durable. I've added in some cereal, some pasta, and then some tissue paper and card. It's a great way to make a sensory experience for your baby as they engage with a range of different materials, which will really support their holistic development. You could also sing this to your baby whilst they interact with it, but you could also get your older child, so children that are about 3 and 4, to make it into a bit more of a phonics activity. So you could encourage them to actually make the animal sounds, but you could also get them to see if they can choose an object for you. So make it into a listening game and say, can you choose the p, I, g? Can you get the k, ow? Or you might even make it a little bit more extended and say, can you put the sh, I, p in the m or d? That will really support their Phase 1 phonics and will give them a good starting point as they go into reception, as they start to learn Phase 2 phonics, where they start to actually read and write. Really supports those oral blending and segmenting skills. So the final nursery rhyme I'm going to talk about today is The Wheels on the Bus. Sorry, forgot it then. The Wheels on the Bus, again, is an excellent one because it has lots of different actions for your little one to engage in, but your child could also have a go at adding in their own version. So you could get them to choose what the mummies or the babies or the grannies do. You could also take a look at this lovely resource on the Twinkle website. This is a busy tray setup, and it's actually made out of edible paint. So the resources that you need and how to make it are underneath here. So it doesn't necessarily have to be in a tray like this. You could just simply put it on the table and get your child to explore with making a range of different marks. For babies, you can allow them just to explore with mark making and moving the vehicles around in the paint. And for older children, you could get them to physically hold a paintbrush, and rather than doing the movements for the song with their hands, they could do it with their paintbrush. So they could go back and forward. They could go round and round for the wheels as well. It's just a great way to support your child's early mark making skills, but also their fine motor skills, their physical development as well, which is really important as your child starts to read and write. For Wheels on the Bus, you could also encourage your child to make their own bus. They could use cushions, chairs, blankets, or even do it through junk modelling. You could get your child to add in little characters or cuddly toys, and you could use this as a way to make addition and subtraction more visual for children in reception as well. So that's it for me today. As always, if you've got any questions or if you want to share any activities that you do for nursery rhymes at home, please feel free to drop them in the chat section. I'm going to be back on Friday for a live chat full of dinosaur activities. So if you're looking for a awesome time, I hope to see you there. Have a great day.